Today, we're going to talk about a single software release that completely changed the game for one of the world's most powerful databases. We're looking at Postgres 6.0, the exact moment when an academic project basically woke up and became a global movement.
And that quote? It just nails it. What happened back in the mid-90s wasn't just about shipping new code. No, it was about a total shift in philosophy. This release was like sending a message in a bottle to the entire world of software development.
So to really get why this was such a huge leap, we've got to rewind a little and see where this whole thing came from. Before it was this giant we know today, it had a different name and, well, a much smaller world.
Yeah, it all starts with a project called Postgres 95. This was the version that bridged its old academic object relational roots from Berkeley to the kind of database we recognize now. It was the first time it spoke SQL, the language of modern databases. But it was still very much a closed experiment kind of built behind university walls. Okay, and this is where the story takes a sharp turn. The team behind Postgres 95 had this realization that, to really grow, they couldn't just update the code. They had to change its very soul.
So in '96, they did it. Postgres 95 became PostgreSQL. And the new name was symbolic, right? It honored the Postgres legacy, but was also a full-throated embrace of SQL as its future. But a name change alone, that doesn't start a revolution. Something else did.
And this was the secret sauce. By adopting the super permissive open source license, the project wasn't just sharing its code, it was basically giving away ownership to everyone. It was a wide open invitation for anyone, anywhere, to come and help build the future of this database.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The project went from being this academic curiosity, with all the development happening behind closed doors, to a powerhouse driven by a real community with contributions flooding in from all over the world. It was a completely radical idea for how to build serious software back then.
All right, so a new philosophy is great, but you've got to have the technical muscle to back it up. So what did version 6.0 actually bring to the table? Let's dig in. So, January 1997, this is when the vision becomes a reality. The first official version under the new PostgreSQL name, version 6.0, is released. And this wasn't just a rebrand, oh no. It was packed with fundamental improvements that were designed to empower this new community.
Now this list might look like a bunch of tech jargon, but hang with me, because this stuff was huge. The whole engine of the database got an overhaul. For developers, a rewritten query system meant faster, more reliable results. A better optimizer meant their apps could just run better, period. And the ability to create their own data types and functions, that was pure freedom. It meant they could shape the database to solve their own unique problems. But maybe the most important thing here was the human element. They started a predictable, regular release cycle. That sent a clear signal. PostgreSQL is now a serious, stable, professional project that you can actually bet your business on.
So you've got the new name, the new license, the new tech. The stage is set. They basically threw a party. The only question was anyone going to show up?
And the answer was a massive, resounding yes. That combo of powerful technology and this open invitation was just electric. It tapped into this global urge to build something great together.
And the effect was immediate. You could feel it. The project's mailing lists, which were like the virtual town square, just exploded with conversations. Bug reports weren't seen as problems anymore. They were seen as opportunities for someone new to jump in and contribute. And pretty soon, fixes and new ideas were flowing in from every corner of the planet. The Postgres community wasn't just an idea anymore. It was born.
So, let's get to the big question. Why do we still talk about this one specific release decades later? It's because its legacy isn't just about the code, it's about the principles it proved to the entire world.
See, before this, the idea that a world-class, enterprise-ready database could be built by a scattered group of volunteers, that was almost laughable. Version 6.0 and the community that rallied around it proved that not only was it possible, but that this model could compete with and sometimes even out-innovate the corporate giants. It just set a whole new bar for what an open-source project could be.
And really, that's the whole story of version 6.0. It was the moment the project found out who it really was. It stopped being just a piece of software and started being a shared cause, a community with a real voice and a mission.
And that leaves us with a pretty cool thought. The story of Postgres 6.0 shows us that the technology itself is only half the equation. The other half is the people. So the real question is, what other incredible things can be built when a great idea finally finds the right people to believe in it?